The Brethren of Chaos podcast.
Hello, and welcome to the next episode of the Brethren of Chaos podcast. I think, is it episode 42?
I wouldn't know.
It's something around that. But today is a very special episode.
Special.
There's me, as usual, Stephen, and on his return
Yes.
to the mic is Charles.
Hello, everyone. I am back.
Return
With a bang.
with a bang.
With a bang.
So how have you been, Charles?
We say this as we're not recording this like at 11 p.m. knackered from a full day of activities.
And we'll get on to the activity
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
because that will be the main talk of today.
That will be the catch-up talk for today. Just doesn't stop.
So I'm in Charles's dungeon.
My layer.
His lair.
Yes.
His Fritzl lair. But I'll tell everybody
Yes.
that it's complete opposite. It's probably one of the best abodes
Oh,
I've been in.
that's very nice.
Honestly, it's so comfy.
It's homely. It can
It's
be
very homely.
It is nice. I mean, it's small, but that's what a studio is.
Yes.
Yes.
I think it works though, this size.
Do you think so?
See, like for me, I feel like it fits perfect for me.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Like, I like this.
Okay.
And
I-
especially
Yes.
now you've dimmed the lights.
I have dimmed the lights. Oh, so atmospheric.
Really. And before we started recording, Charles was playing like smooth French jazz
Yes.
in this dimmed lights.
Really setting the scene for the late podcast. It's great. It's good to be back, man. I feel like when I ever listen to the podcast back, when I've not been on it for a very long time.
Yeah.
I really just appreciate hearing your guys' voice. I think I underestimate how much that is worth to me. Just having you and Cal there, just even talking about your days and stuff like
chatting shit.
Yeah, chatting shit basically. But I think you underestimate how good you guys are at the podcast, and even the guests you've had on. You've done such a good job. And I envy it a bit when I'm sat there. The amount of times I'm pausing, giving my 2 cents to myself, almost weirdly in my dungeon. If I had a penny for every time, but it's so nice
That
to
means a lot.
have that outlet.
That means a lot.
I appreciate, but it's fucking. I feel like a lot of the time I do miss the pod. When I'm here and I'm listening to you guys, and it's become my sleep pod, and that's not in any way a put down.
I know what you mean. It's like it relaxes
smooth.
you.
Do you know what
Cleanses your soul.
It does detox me. I think the reason is because it just reminds me of home, and it just listening
nostalgic.
to you and Cal
Comfiness.
talk. That's you and Cal. It's like people I know, and it's yeah, it's great.
That's great to hear.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's good. It's good, man.
So
So, yes.
we have a bit of madness to talk about.
Today has been an absolute whirlwind of
It's
emotions and activities and fun stuff.
Charles summed it up perfect when he was on his knees in the middle of the street going, "This is stupid.
This is stupid.
This is
This is a stupid day."
I think you summed it up perfect.
Yes. It's been well, Steve, you've come up for the day.
Yeah. So this is my first time up in. I think it might be my first time in York
At all.
because
Completely.
I think I've been to York when I was a child,
Okay.
but I can't remember properly. I think I have like the memory of being to York, if that makes sense.
I see.
Like I don't have the actual memory
Yes.
of going to York.
Yes, I see.
But I think I should class this really as my first time.
As your first time?
Yeah.
Well, you can do that all you want because it's been a great day.
It has.
Yeah, you can do that all you want. I mean, it's I have been here for context of the listeners, 9 months. So it's 9 months since I left the podcast.
It's a long time, isn't it? You think?
Yeah, it's been a long time. I mean, March.
Yeah.
Is that 9 months? I think it is, right?
Where are we now? We're on the
November. 18th. No, we're on the
19th.
19th now. So
Yeah,
what is that?
yeah.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time going.
So Charles been working at the railway
The Railway Museum. The National Railway
which
Museum.
sometimes he puts down to me, and I'm saying to him how amazing of a place it sounds from what I've heard and from other people.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, when you work in a place that is renowned and stuff like that, it may sound, great to other people, but when you work there 9 to 5 on a daily basis, it doesn't really add up, does it?
Yeah. I suppose there's probably people who play in football probably think it's
just their job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose any job, if you do it, just putting the hours in,
doesn't really matter.
it wears off, doesn't it?
And I think I think for me, if you're not 65 and you're not 12, you don't really care about trains, and that's just the standard. So I think I just don't care. I do not care about trains one bit.
Yeah.
And therefore don't have a connection to the museum at all, which is partly my fault. So I came here on a whim, and
they're always the best adventures.
Ah, yes, as we know, as we have found out. But being at a national museum, it's different in scope to anything that I have done before, and I feel the things that I have done before, they're on a much smaller scale, but they provide much more fulfillment, as I've mentioned to you quite a few times, and they were just more stimulating for me. Every type of activity that I was involved in previously in Merseyside was so much better than up here.
Yeah.
Whereas I just feel like I'm going through the motions. We've talked about this a lot today, so you're probably sick of hearing it. But fucking, I'm in the rat race.
The rat race.
I'm in the rat race, Steve.
See, I'm looking at obviously from a completely different perspective, aren't I, from what you're experiencing about this complete different experience of being in York,
coming here,
a different job than what you used to.
Yeah.
All that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you're seeing it from the outside perspective, which I appreciate. But as me and Steve, we've been talking a lot today, and the dichotomy between like a visitor to York and living in York, it's so different.
You summed it up perfect, didn't you? What you were saying to me about like there's a lot of tourist stuff, which is amazing for when you come as a tourist. But then you were saying you're not going to be going in the fucking Harry Potter one shop.
Nope.
On a Saturday.
Nope.
on a Tuesday morning.
Definitely not.
You're not going to be going into them tourist bits, aren't you?
No, not at all.
So like living there, it's completely different, isn't it?
Yes, it is. On a daily basis, when you're just doing your shopping or you need to grab a couple of bits, you're running some errands, it's difficult. You're weaving in and out of people. Anything takes 10 times longer than it would do in a normal town. Yeah. Yes, there's more stuff to do on a daily basis. You could walk outside your door and there's always stuff to do. But I live here alone, man. I live here alone. So the opportunity to do those things isn't that large. And, as anybody that works a 9 to 5, you know that you don't get that much time actually to do those things and to engage in new hobbies and go out and enjoy yourself as much as you thought you might have done before you got that 9 to 5. So it's
like you said as well, it's not just 9 to 5. You don't finish at 5, don't you? You're leaving a bit after, so that adds up.
Yeah,
you're setting off beforehand.
Yeah.
And then you've got to factor in, you get home from work, you're not ready to go out and do all this stuff. You want to wind down, chill out, turn off. Yep.
It's not, and it never has been a 9 to 5 where as soon as it turns 5, you're automatically transported back into your home.
Yeah.
It would be nice, but
I remember on the last episode, the catch-up, you were saying about when you were leaving at 5, and people were looking. You were packing up to leave at 5.
Yes.
And people were looking around, going, "What are you doing?
What are you doing? Why are you leaving at 5?"
Yeah.
It's awful. It's awful. It's awful to be in that kind of environment where you don't feel like you can leave at your time that you are paid to leave. Now, I am not paid after 5. I can go home, contractually obligated to stay there till 5, but after that I can fucking go home.
You can fuck off.
I can fuck off.
Yeah.
So, but to feel like you can't is a whole nother story. And I'm sure multiple people that may have listened to this podcast or the last catch up have felt that before.
Yeah.
And just I don't know. I feel like the 9-to-5 lifestyle is just something that was made particularly for the old way of thinking, because they would have expected the male, for example, to go and work while the woman would stay at home.
The lady cooks the meals, cleans the clothes,
does everything. So they would have expected you to go and work 35 hours, 40 hours a week, and to come home and everything's done for you, the chores and whatnot.
That's such a good point, that, isn't it?
It was made for that. That lifestyle was made for that. And, you know, I've had some troubles in work because of some things that I have been suggesting. But I'm big into the tech philosophy of working per se, or the new way of working that a lot of companies or top companies are adopting. So let's just say the most known example of the 4-day work week.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that makes sense. That has improved employee everything. You know,
productivity, and motivation. Yeah.
Everything. You know, and there's loads.
So you're having a 3-day weekend, aren't you? With that,
yeah.
You're working 4 days.
Yeah.
You're having a 3-day weekend.
Yeah, which is needed.
Yeah,
because that gives you 1 day to do nothing, to rest.
Yep.
1 day to do your chores.
Yep.
And then 1 day to do an activity.
I get you to go somewhere.
To go and do something.
Yeah, a day out somewhere.
But in reality, with 2 days, you get you get the Friday night, which is nothing.
Yeah.
You get the Saturday, which you do whatever. The Sunday, you're like, fuck, work tomorrow.
Yeah, Monday's here.
Monday's here already.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's a depressing life. And the 4-day work week has been trialled multiple times, and it's great. It's just showing it's working. And I feel like in my last job, for example, I had flexible hours as well, which it intended to promote trust and productivity, which it did. Which is, if you finish all your work, then you could probably go home at 3 instead of 5 if you wanted.
And that was so it promoted like you to get your work done.
Yes. And to trust.
Yeah.
Because they trusted me to get my work done.
Yeah, to not skive.
And not to skive.
Not to just go home when you felt like it.
Absolutely. Listen, I understand. I can hear people like ringing in the background going, no, you need to work. You need to stay more. There's obligations. I understand. In some jobs, there's obligations. There's places where you need to stay, whether it be a restaurant or
like a shop. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But actually, it's all bullshit because you can always get more staff. You can always get more people to cover shifts. It's that lifestyle basically outdated.
That's the word, isn't it? Outdated.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. I'm in the rat race now, so.
Now, well, one thing you have been doing, which you told me to be quiet when I was saying to somebody, Charles has been bulking.
Yes. It's bigging me up. I don't like it.
I like I was telling you before, I value like going to the gym and bulking and that lifestyle and the mentality that comes with it and the motivation, the dedication. And I think like that's such a positive thing to have in your life.
Oh, man.
But you've been doing that, haven't you? You're looking meaty. There's loads of mass gainer protein tubs lying around
the studio because I can't get rid of them. Yeah, there is a lot. It's no, I appreciate that. But it's I guess that's just the one thing that I've indulged in since I've been going to York. It was before York as well.
Yeah.
It's just it's just a fun lifestyle,
That's
isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got fat as fuck. I'm a fat boy now.
Wait till
got
the
chubby
summer.
cheeks. Wait till the summer. I'm gonna be cutting.
You can be like Rambo.
Be like Rambo, just ripped, absolutely ripped. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. It's again, when you work that 9 to 5 lifestyle, you do need an outlet. You do need an outlet for so many things. And
What's that you saying with you were saying with your work? There's sometimes you find there's not an outlet for the energy. You've got like an energy build up, haven't you?
Yes.
And you can't let that just fucking max out, can't you?
That's the perfect way of doing it. You need... Look, we all have in our life someone... If you get annoyed at work with anything, whether it be the workload or people in your work or anything like that, you do need an outlet to get it off your chest. Now, that may be some form of physical activity. That may be...
art or something.
It could be just going down to the pub and smashing pints with your mates and watching the footy and talking absolutely shit and just getting it off your chest.
Yeah.
All those things are good, but if you don't have that option, which for me in York is quite slim, like I come home, I don't have someone here to be like, listen, this is shit. I don't have a mate down the road like I would do at home to be like, you coming out for the footy? I'm feeling a bit shit.
Yeah.
I don't have that outlet and so the gym has just been my outlet of where, right, fuck it, this bitch was annoying to me at work, fucking I'll go and deadlift something.
Doing a PR.
I'll go, the amount of times where I've gone, right, that's it, we'll put an extra 5 kg on today. We'll really pump it out. And it is good. It's a very good outlet, and I mean, we all need it. I mean, what is your outlet, to be fair?
My outlet? Bloody hell, I don't know.
Yeah?
Probably doing sports.
Music as well?
Yeah, music.
Yeah.
I suppose, like, me job, though, the job side of playing the music, them gigs, I don't feel like that's an outlet, though.
No. Why not?
I don't know, it feels a bit different, because it's like, I'm thinking about creating, with an outlet in music, creating my own stuff and putting it into something, which I don't do often as I'd like.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I feel like boxing's definitely... That's a good outlet.
Keep forgetting you're doing boxing.
Yeah.
Throwing hands.
You do a bit of sparring.
Mm.
You feel like there's something mental, like cleansing after that.
Really?
Like you definitely feel like reset a bit. A few rounds of punching somebody.
Yeah.
Or getting punched yourself.
Yeah. Does that let the anger out for you if you have any built-up anger?
Yeah. I don't. Recently, I don't think I've had any built-up anger. But
that's good.
But I definitely think it is good for that. If somebody's suffering with a build-up of anger. Doing boxing and some sparring would be perfect for that.
I think that would be a nice outlet for me. Yeah. I should try some.
Get on the punch bag.
Just
doing a few rounds on the punch bag's great.
I should.
Swinging at it.
I know. It would be great. Do you think boxing is something that you would like to do going forward? Do you think you'd like punch heads in?
Well, see, I said me fight last year, and then obviously I've had loads of stuff happen this year, which has stopped me from fighting. Yeah. Obviously, I had that car crash. Yeah. And then work stuff got in the way at one point, and then just getting back into it properly. But with boxing, I think it's a bit different to other sports, like the dedication you need to have a fight. Like, you need to be going like 5 days a week, like full on intense. Shit, man. Because the cardio levels, it's just ridiculous for boxing.
Is that the main factor, would you say?
Well, not even cardio, I think it's conditioning. Your front delts just need to be conditioned fully. And to do that, you've got to be... And like, you've got to be training hard. Yeah. You can't go and have like...
A mid-session.
Yeah. You need to just... And it proper takes you out. And I feel now at this point, I don't feel I could do that. I feel like I'm doing too much other stuff.
I see.
To train for a fight.
Yeah. But it's good in the part-time. It's good, like, just to...
turn up and just have a few sparring sessions.
Your condition is good, though, isn't it?
I think it is, actually, yeah. I don't think I'd have to go too far out, like...
You're not heavy breathing like me after going up the stairs. No. You're not a fat fuck like me anymore.
I've not been bulking.
No, that's true. No,
I've tried the bulking. I just can't. I don't have the.
I know. We talked about this, didn't we? We said it's difficult. It is difficult, but
dedication. That's it, isn't it?
I think
consistency.
I think you put down yourself though. I think you have a lot of dedication, man. You do. I think you do a lot.
Yeah,
you do a lot.
I'll admit that I do. I do a fair bit, don't I?
You're an eclectic young man, Steve.
Bloody hell. I don't say like that.
You are. You very much are. But it's commitment. It's difficult. I think commitment's difficult because there's so many aspects to think that people need to get to commit to something. Yeah. And it's just such a hard word. It's like hate. It's such a full word. Yeah. But honestly, all you just need to do is get in a routine. That's it. It's a part of your life.
Have it second nature, whatever you're doing.
Absolutely. You just got to keep it rolling, and you just build a habit. Like I can't picture my life without the gym now. I feel like it's going to be in my life for the rest of my life.
That's class. That's class. That to have that mentality, to have that thought.
It's just great. I can imagine me doing that at 60, 70. Yeah. It's just a part of my life now, and it will change how I train as I get older. I think actually I'll go into more of calisthenics like you do.
Yeah, just branch out into different stuff, because there is a lot branch, isn't it? A lot of varied trainings to do.
Yeah, like what's the one? CrossFit.
They're fucking jacked. People people like try to shit on CrossFit, don't they?
They're fucking jacked.
You look at them,
jacked.
They're like the thick, juicy jacked.
But they're thick, juicy jacked. Yeah, they are.
But they're fit,
low % body fat and ripped.
And athletic though.
And athletic, can jump, can fucking run.
And people try and shit on them, say, "Oh, it's bullshit. They do shit training." Or, fucking look at them though.
That's the difference. That's the difference between, like, I feel. Yeah, it's nice going to the gym and lifting, and I would say it's easier though, because people don't like cardio, and doing your reps, resting, unless leg day it'll fuck people off. You know what I mean? Doing your hack squats and you just but the CrossFit is much harder to do.
Yeah.
Because you're mixing weight swing with that, and
it's intense, isn't it?
Intense is the word, I would say. Yeah. It's very difficult.
Yeah, I think I'd definitely like to do the CrossFit at some point.
I tried a session when I must have been like 14 or 15.
Really?
Yeah.
Where was this? Like an actual CrossFit place?
Yeah, it was in St. Helens. It was what was it? It was in this like really large abandoned building.
What the hell?
I don't know if you'd know it, because it's near my old house. It's like upwards towards do you know the Morrisons?
Which one?
It'd be the Morrisons near if you go up towards like Cineworld, and you have to go upwards towards Enterprise and that way.
Oh yeah, that way.
Yeah, that way.
Yeah.
And there was this big abandoned building, and there was a gym in there, and there was a CrossFit gym as well.
What?
And I went there. I ran around for a little bit, and then they had to give me a Capri Sun because I nearly passed out.
Get that down, you lad.
Get that down, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Guess you've already tried it then?
I did, and I fucked it. That was when I was so unfit. 15-year-old me.
Of all things to blast when you're not ready for it.
Yeah, CrossFit. Shit, man, yeah. What a bad decision. But I think as I get older, I would rather be skinny and athletic than fat, muscly, and can't move.
Yeah, I get you.
I am 87 kg. I am 192 pounds, mate.
Like a beast.
I can't bend down. I literally can't do half the things a normal person would do now because I am heavy. It's so hard, and people don't even understand. No clothes fit me.
No,
nothing fits me anymore.
You need to do some yoga.
I know. I need to up my game, but even then, I can't even keep my body weight up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there is a lot to gaining weight and doing the whole bulking thing that actually isn't that nice.
But then you get your cut.
Then I get my
your cut in the summer.
Then I get my cut in the summer, and I will be at a much better, more sustainable weight.
Have you got a weight that you want to go for, that you want to publicise, or?
Well, if my goal at the moment is £200,
yeah,
but I might push it more. I might go 210, 220. I'll see how I feel.
Turn to Brock Lesnar.
Massive. But then it will depend. But I think I'll see what I look like at 165.
Yeah.
170.
What's that in kilos?
I don't know off the top of my head.
If
I'm 87 at 190.
It's like 70 something. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. I mean, obviously, I'd like to be fucking ripped. 4% body fat.
Yeah.
But to be honest, that has never really been my goal to be 6-pack, 4% body fat.
I think even at that point, it's similar what you're saying when you're at the other point. You can't really do much. It's like too much of a toll on your body to be that ripped.
Yes.
Yes. I don't know how to put it into words, but do you know what I mean?
There's a lot.
You've gone past the point of it being good.
Yeah.
Again, and you're into the realm where it's
not fun.
No. It's too much.
To be 5-8% body fat, it is literally chicken rice, so clean.
Yeah.
That I can't go out and have the food that we had today, for example.
We'll have to cover that.
Yeah. I can't do anything like that, and so maybe if I get down to 70, 75 and I'm a good weight, got a bit of shoulders on me, I'll be happy.
Should go into some martial arts, do a bit of jiu-jitsu or kickboxing.
Do you think so?
Muay Thai.
When was the last time you did something like that? You did boxing, but I know you did a bit of Muay Thai, didn't you?
Well, I did K1 kickboxing.
Oh, yes.
I did that for 7 years. Shit. But never had a fight, and then just did the boxing. Kickboxing's fun.
I forget you could twat some fucking people, Steve, you're such a nice guy.
No.
I forget you could kill someone dead if you wanted to.
No.
You could. You put yourself down there. You could fucking if someone started on you in town, you could fucking kill them.
I don't know. I think the level between someone who hasn't trained compared to someone who has trained, even just a little bit, is big.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
People don't know. People who haven't trained and have never been in a proper fight have no idea. Who think they're hard, maybe.
Yeah.
But they've never trained. They never
threw a punch.
Yeah, they may have had a little bit of a scrap, but they've never had a proper one.
Yeah.
They have no idea the levels of what people
can do
to them.
Fucking mental. The thing is, I know because I watch fighting. And I know that if I ever start on someone, that's it. It's game over. Yeah, I'm fucking massive. I'll sit on you. But you could fuck it. Do you ever think when you're out in town and someone maybe says something or starts on you, or probably not starts on you, but you think, fuck me, I could wrap my hand around your head here.
Not gonna lie, I think sometimes, yeah.
I
have. Sometimes, I know with my fighting style, boxing. It's gonna sound weird me talking about, but I do this. But I fight very much like the peekaboo technique that Tyson uses.
Oh yeah,
where it's I'm
duck and diving.
I'm slipping.
Yeah.
Everything I throw, it's second nature now in my head. Everything I throw is after either a slip or a roll.
Yeah,
I'm never throwing just straight. I'm never doing a 1-2. It's always I'm slipping the punch first. I'm letting them hit first, slipping it, bang.
That's amazing.
So I know if anybody tries to throw anything, I know my second nature is I'm gonna slip and I'm gonna hit them back.
Yeah.
So I know that. I know I've got that in me.
Yeah.
In me locker.
Yeah. So if someone started on you in town,
and they'll throw the usual hook that people throw.
You'll throw the one hook.
I know.
Are you stepping back, creating distance, or are you ducking and diving?
I'm rolling.
Yeah.
Coming up, and then as I come up with the other momentum of coming up, swing round and hook them.
Lovely.
And that is just second nature to me. I could do it without thinking.
That's quite amazing, that is, to think.
But then again, I don't know. Everybody gets humbled, don't they?
once. Yes, a couple of times. I got humbled.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of times. I remember I was coming out of Lime Street, and it was about 6 in the morning. It was early in the morning.
Bloody hell.
Dead, absolutely dead.
Wait, so are you starting your day or ending your day?
Starting my day.
Starting your day, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Going to work.
Going to work.
Going to work. And so I was walking down, the big ramp that goes out.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's no one there, so I'm on my phone and I'm focusing on just whatever I'm doing. I'm texting, I can't remember. There's this guy, and he goes, you're fucking weaving in and out, fucking decide where you want to go. So I look up and this guy's walking in front of me, and I immediately go, fucking, what do I say? I say something like, shut up, you fucking mong, or shut up, you dickhead, or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Go on then, something like that. He turns around, oh my God, he's a fucking grok. He's got one of those...
He's got cauliflower ears.
No, do you know what? I didn't even pick up on it. Do you know what? As soon as you pick up on someone cauliflower eyes, I'm fucking legging it.
You know, don't you?
I'm gone.
Stay away from them.
I'm running away from you. But no, I noticed how tight his shirt was,
right,
and how fucking ripped he was.
Yeah.
And he had like a proper shaved head, and he was like a light-skinned guy, and he was just fucking whipped.
Yeah.
And he came up and he squared up with me.
Oh, God.
And I was like, fuck. And I did something stupid next.
Oh, no.
I did something stupid next. At this point, after seeing the size of him, and bear in mind, this is 2018, 19 me,
Yeah.
probably about 60 kg or less. I'm 145 pounds or something, probably 150. No fighting experience, nothing. Can't throw a punch, but I have bollocks on me.
Yeah.
Big, fat, stupid bollocks on me. So I whack his Beats headphones off his head.
Oh my God.
They go
Charles.
tumbling down the ramp.
That is a bold move.
And yes,
That's a powerful move.
and they kept rolling.
You're both just like in silence, just watching
We were
it
watching
rolling.
them in silence.
In slow-mo as
And
well.
the further they went and the further they broke, the further my heart dropped.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. I was absolutely in shock at what this guy was going to do. This guy, he right hooks me.
Yeah.
To the temple.
Oh, God.
Bang, right hooks me to the temple.
What the fuck?
I go like that. I fucking wave a bit and I go, fuck me. I threw a fucking shit right hand back and he goes, whoop, dodged.
Yeah.
And I go, right, time to create some distance here because he's going to kill me.
Yeah.
And ultimately, I stepped away, he stepped away, and nothing came of it.
Fucking hell.
And he picked up his headphones, he was fuming, we was both shouting at each other as we were walking away. I was kind of like inside thinking, fuck me, you need to get away from
Bale.
this guy, he will kill you.
Gareth Bailey.
And that was such an ego lesson for me.
Yeah.
To mind your own business.
Yeah.
And just be like, if a guy starts on you, just let it happen. Just let it. Just get on with your day.
Yeah. Don't go out looking. Don't try and aggravate him more.
Don't try and aggravate him more.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was funny.
Yeah.
That was a funny time.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I think in a way it is good to be humbled, isn't it? Yeah. Like I've been humbled a few times.
In training or
mostly in training.
Yeah.
I remember I got headbutted by somebody, just like splattered me nose
Did you?
open. Yeah.
When?
This was like ages ago.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm scrapping all the time, don't I?
Yeah.
I don't mind the odd scrap, like. But but I like in boxing. We do like our interclubs. So another club will come down, and we basically have a fight, but it's not officiate. It's just like in the boxing. You know, you get matched with somebody. You do like 3 rounds or whatever.
Yeah.
It's basically sparring, but like, with other people. But like sometimes you do good and you pummel somebody and you're like, oh yeah, and then you come against somebody else and he just absolutely knocks the shit out of you, and you're like you get floored or winded or nose busts open. But afterwards, it feels good.
It feels good.
It feels good to have that. It like puts you back like, oh, that's it. This is what it is. You're leveled. I presume there's some people who get humbled and can't handle it. Some people at the gym I've seen who's like quit.
Really? Because
they just can't handle. Like,
they didn't come back.
Yeah. But I think I don't know. It's good to reset yourself, isn't it? You know, to know.
Well, no man is invincible, is it? Really, unless you could be, but.
Yeah, unless you can. He's the only one.
He's the only one that is. But I mean, no man, I think, in their life, whether it be physically or mentally, their ego has been stopped for a minute. That's it. We all, I don't care what type of man you are, if you believe in your ego or not, you have an ego.
Yeah.
It comes out at certain points in your life, and so and it's hard to get over it, man. It really is. The male ego is fucking awful. It is awful.
It's a big thing, isn't it?
It's such a it's generally the reason why we have most of our problems, I think, in the world. Yeah. Just think about it. Wars, men.
Yeah.
You know, our egos get in the fucking way of everything.
You know what I think is like, there's a lot of self-help, isn't there, about getting rid of the ego, kill the ego, get rid of your ego, lose it. But I think it should be more focused on, like, use your ego, like, positively.
Yeah.
That's a more natural way, isn't it? I think it's unnatural to get rid of your ego. Like, try and fight against it and fuck it off and bin it. You know, who's that guy who says, like, he goes on Joe Rogan, he has the DMT, and he says it kills your ego.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
And I'm like, that's not natural, though, that.
No, you don't want to kill your ego.
You don't want that good. Yeah. I feel like you should be using your ego positively, using it to your own benefit.
I think that's great.
I don't know how, though. I don't know.
No, I would say I think to use it to I think, let's say, for example, you struggle with anxiety. I think ego is a great way to boost your confidence.
That's it. That's a perfect one, that. Yeah.
I feel like I can use my ego to walk into a place and know I can talk well. I can.
Yeah, you're outgoing, aren't you, Charles?
I am a little bit.
You can talk to anybody.
I feel so.
You definitely can.
I'm all right.
You know what you can. I've been messing around with some cold approaching. Not in the picking up girls, 'cause that's what usually it is, isn't it? Cold approach girls.
Yeah.
But I've been doing, like, just talking to strangers randomly.
Oh, have you?
Male, female, old or young. Like, half jokingly, but half just like the act of cold approach, just talking to strangers. And, like, I think it's not even a thing for you. You can just do it, can't you?
I guess I do. I guess it's just something.
Yeah, you don't just.
it's just a natural thing. I guess I don't know. I don't really think about it that much. I think it's
like
just...
some people can't speak to strangers at all, can't they?
Yeah, some people find it difficult, but I feel like it's because they are who they are, and whereas I adapt to whoever I'm around and speak like they do.
Ah, right, yeah.
You know, I'm a totally different person with you than I am in work, and who I am with my friends, who are a bit different. Yeah. And it's you know, it's multiple years of being around different types of people and being in different environments.
That's it. You've been subjected to different experiences, and ways of life with people and stuff.
It's takes a lot, man. I listen. It's not like fucking. I am not the pinnacle fucking. You know, articulate talk. I'm a fucker sometimes. I say some stupid things. Don't get me wrong. I really do all the time. But a lot of the time, I just don't care. Yeah. Because I always think there's nothing that can. What is the worst that can come from? This conversation, this moment, and also I kind of like to be a bit more weird. And that normally breaks down the barrier for people.
Yeah,
you know,
I get what you
breaks
mean.
the ice.
Yeah, a bit of a laugh.
Yeah,
Not like you said before. Not take yourself too seriously.
can't
Yeah.
you can't take yourself seriously.
Nah, that's not healthy.
People don't want to be around someone that takes themselves too seriously.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Have a laugh. Have a
I
joke.
know.
Chill out.
You've been in people who do take themselves too seriously, and
It's hard to be around them.
it just is.
It's draining, isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know what to say to them. 'Cause you don't. Have you ever been around with someone and you feel like you don't want to offend them?
Ah, yeah.
You know,
it's like too
not
much,
out
isn't
of
it?
not out of politeness, but out of that you don't want them to say something back to you in a negative way.
Yeah.
Fuck that, man. Fuck that. You don't want that in your life. You just want something. You just need. The thing is, the more I've grown older, the more I realise I'm just normal. Everyone else isn't normal.
That we need to save that clip right there.
Save that clip. Save that clip.
I love that.
Get it on the Instagram. Yeah, I don't know, man. It takes a lot, but
Yeah.
I feel a lot of people just need to fucking just suck it up and just go with it. Nothing's gonna happen about it, you know.
Yeah. Just
Look what happened tonight. Fuck me.
should we get into tonight? Our day.
Our day, sure.
Where should we
Talk about a day.
start?
Well, fucking, you came to York.
So, I've come to York.
You've come to York.
Driving in my mum's car because my car, I think it's got a slow puncher.
Slow puncher.
But you know what's weird? Okay, so you've seen my car, Zuki Jimny, and I've had it two. It's basically fully kitted out off-road style.
Great car.
I've got like the fattest wheels, off-road wheels, before it becomes a monster truck, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
So one of the wheels has gone like flat a bit, but I don't know if it's fully flat, but because they're so big and so thick, it doesn't like go fully flat. If that makes sense.
I see what you're saying.
Because it's so thick.
Yeah.
So it's a weird like thing, like looking at it. I was like, what? And it's got no air in it, but it's not fully flat. How the fuck? But I decided not to take my car and driving my mum's Audi A1.
Nice car.
Which was compared to my car that I can only do about 60 in it, and it's dead loud because of the wheels.
Yeah.
The handling's horrible. The Audi was unbelievable experience.
Oh, just cruising. Absolutely cruising.
I might just use this car now for a while.
You should.
I might not fix my wheel on my car and just say, "Oh, Mama,
I need to.
I'm gonna use your car."
Sorry about that. You've used my car 30 days in a row.
Yeah. So I was driving down, and the traffic was horrific.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many motorways, like 4 motorways maybe, different ones I had to get on.
It's a lot.
And on every one, the traffic was that bad it came to a standstill. On every one. You know when the traffic builds up and it's just like, you see on the motorway and it just stops, and you're moving like dead slow crawling for ages. I was like, what the fuck? And then as I got to York, it was just like every red light packed, just like
awful.
What the fuck's going on?
It is awful.
But I think we found out maybe why the reason it was so packed.
Yes. York was packed.
York
is always packed, but this was particularly packed.
Mega. So
yeah.
So I pull up, get me stuff out of the car, and you show me around, don't you? Show me around your place.
Yeah. How long did it take you, by the way? You left at what time?
I think it took me over 3 hours, over 3 hours.
And for context for people, like my other friends came the week prior, and that took them an hour and a half.
So they took half.
Took half the time to get up here. So this was fucking mega chocker.
I didn't mind though because I had some good music on.
That's good.
Listen to Allman Brothers.
Nice.
Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Oh.
Deep Purple.
Love
Did
Deep
some
Purple.
good albums.
Yeah.
Good albums.
Get through them all.
Yeah.
Might as well get through the whole discography of every person ever in that fucking traffic. Yeah.
So I dropped my stuff off Charles' place, and we decided to go out.
Straight out. Might as well.
Explore the city.
Yes.
And what a city it is.
You like it, don't you?
I think it's one of the best cities I've been.
Really?
I love the look of it, the aesthetic, the feel, like the people.
Yeah.
The energy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just great. It's so good.
Seeing you like discovering all this and looking around Milk, it was nice. It was and liking it.
Oh, it's great. I could live here.
Do you think so?
I definitely could. Yeah. I know
Yeah. Me, it's a bit different,
Yeah.
but you...
Oh, I love it. So we went out and we had a bit of a look, didn't we, of things to do.
Yeah, there's a lot to do in York, and that's tourist-wise, that is music-wise, that is live events-wise, that is eating out-wise. There's so much to do that...
Yeah.
To be honest, if you wanted to do it in a day, you couldn't.
I think we've done a fair bit today.
We did a fair bit today. Yeah. We did a fair bit, so we decided to... Well, I decided, because even though I have been here for 9 months, I still haven't done any real tourist stuff. I've been to the Minster, the York Minster, which we walked past.
Yeah.
Which is great.
It's an amazing place.
Massive.
It's so big, isn't it?
It's so big.
And it's big, and it doesn't even have a spire. You think like the spire would make stuff big, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But this is just a big building.
And it's the only reason it's a city.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, because it should have been a town. Because it's so tiny.
It's got this big cathedral.
But it's got this big, massive, fuck-off cathedral in the centre. But we didn't go in there, because I've been in there.
Yeah.
And there's not really any point. So we decided to walk down all the way to Castle Tower.
Castle Tower. So what was that, about 10-minute walk? 15?
Yeah. Everything's... And that, do you know what that is? Funny, because it's a big walk for York.
Yeah.
When I first came here, my landlady, who I've talked about on the podcast before, very lovely, she said to me that she doesn't even go to Sainsbury's around the corner now, which is about 30 seconds away, because it's too far.
God.
When you live in a city, 15 minutes is far walk.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Because everything's on your doorstep anyway. But think about it, when we're in St. Helens at home, 15 minutes walk is nothing. That's
no, it's
15, 20
that's
minutes.
like the normal.
I know, that's the normal. So we walked far.
Yeah.
No, we walked through town, and it was chocker.
It was so packed. Like, I've never been there before, so I don't know how the levels of packedness is.
No,
but it felt, from what I could feel, it was like...
It's the busiest in 9 months that I've ever seen it.
Yeah. And we found out today, I don't know if it was today, the start of it, but the Christmas markets...
It was, I don't know, I don't know if it started today, but it was definitely the big, massive factor as to why it was so
busy.
Packed. to the point where, so York has, for people that don't know, very tiny streets.
See, that definitely affects it, doesn't it? The fact you've got all these medieval tiny streets. Everybody's congested, aren't they?
Congested, it's awful. But it never ever, for me, walking through those streets, did it come to a standstill. And when I was trying to find the directions to Castle Tower, it came to a standstill on one of those streets.
Yeah.
And I went, this has never happened before. This is so busy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was...
I think that... I was saying, like, it's one of the most packed places I think I've been. I can remember being. Probably there's a few packed places in Japan.
You've been a lot of places.
In the cities, there was some packed cities.
Was it packed in Japan?
But I feel like here in York, with the small, streets and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's something else. When it's that packed like that.
It's so busy. So busy.
So we get to Castle Tower.
Yeah, and it's less busy.
Yeah. There wasn't that much people.
No.
And if people don't know what this is, so what was the name of it?
The Mount. The
Mount. Oh God, there was a name, wasn't there?
Of the
tower, the building.
Oh,
I can't remember.
This is poor from us.
It's
been a long day, guys.
Yeah. So basically, it's a castle.
Yes.
But it's a stubby castle.
Stubby castle.
On the top of a mound. Literally a mound.
Yeah. With
the river next to it.
Yes.
Passing by the side. So we went in there. And what a place that is.
What a place.
Full of mad history.
Yeah, it was...
Like, I didn't know. I just never...
Neither. We both discovered, didn't we? How just fucking mad and the history of that place. So
there's a lot of rebellions going on, wasn't there?
Robert Ascot, our Bob.
He got hung there.
By Henry VIII.
Henry VIII, that was it.
He decided to hang in and then come up to York for a visit.
Yeah, see what's going on. There was at one point in the 1100s, wasn't it? All the Jewish community here all killed themselves.
Yeah, so there was a mob, and all the Jews had to hide themselves in this tower.
Yeah, and they wouldn't. They were asked to denounce the faith.
Yes.
To Christianity, and they'd be let off, wouldn't they?
But they didn't.
They didn't.
And so, to stop them from getting killed by the mob outside, they decided to take each other's lives or their own.
God, it's just mental.
Just fucking depressing.
I had no idea.
The last thing we needed, like 2 p.m. on a Saturday, was mass fucking killing.
But that place is just if you ever go into New York, definitely go there.
Yeah, I feel I
It's a unique place, isn't it, for a castle?
Unique is a great word. I feel like it's only tiny.
Yeah, but if you're listening, Google a picture now.
Yeah, do it.
It's very weird. It's on a mound.
Tall. And then you go up some more steps.
Yeah. And this castle, which is like, I don't know, it's like a chode, isn't it?
Do you know what it is? It is. Not the best way to put it, is that a chode?
Yeah,
it is a chode.
But when we went on the top, we got to so you can go through the first floor, second floor, whatever.
Yeah,
you can get to the top,
the roof.
Yeah, and it was really tall, wasn't it?
It was. You could see the skyline of the city.
That was amazing looking out over that.
It was beautiful.
Really, seeing the river next to it and all the spires around and the buildings.
Yeah. It was, again, for someone that's been living here for 9 months, the fact that I haven't been down there and actually, like, seen this shit, it was nice. And it was nice to go up there with you and read some history and laugh.
We basically was just walking around reading all the history of it, wasn't we?
Yeah.
Just having a laugh.
It was great. Yeah, it was fucking fantastic. Yeah, you can see everything from up there. So, definitely, if anybody goes down into York, that is an number one place I would suggest.
And it doesn't take too long as well, doesn't it? You can get in there, read it
quick, get in and out, see the view.
Yeah.
If you want a picture for your Instagram.
Happy days.
Yeah.
So that was a numero uno.
Oh no.
On our list of activities.
Yes.
So across the road,
literally,
from this castle,
yeah,
is the Castle Museum, which, God, what a museum that was.
Fucking mental.
Well, first of all, we walked in and Charles got in for free.
Yes, because I remembered I worked in a museum and I went, I might be able to get into these museums for free because I work in the museum's trust.
But you didn't have your card on, didn't you?
Didn't have my badge.
So you had to scroll through your emails, didn't you?
To
prove that you
work emails. Yeah. But it's fucking least the one thing comes in handy from this job.
There we go, yeah.
Say 14 quid going into that fucking museum.
So this museum, what was that called? The Castle Museum?
Castle Museum.
So across the road, and God, was that random.
Fuck.
So we walk in, and you can either go left or right.
Yeah.
And we were looking at the board.
We went through the wrong way first, I feel.
Oh, yeah. On the board, we were deciding which ways to go, didn't we?
Right is not right in this world.
Well, we went right.
Yes.
Into the what used to be the prison of the castle.
Yes.
Which was ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Straight off the bat, we're going in, and it was like a proper prison, wasn't it? You can go into like the cells, and all famous people.
Yes.
Dick Turpin.
Yeah, was down there.
He had his own little cell, didn't he?
Yeah. If we're talking about having your own little bedrooms,
it wasn't too bad, wasn't it?
It wasn't too bad. No. That would cost up a lot in London. that one little bedroom.
Yeah. Who else was there? There was names on all the cells, wasn't there?
There was names on all the cells. None that other people I don't think would recognise. And to be honest, I have forgot.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It was a lot, but a lot of history and
loads full of history. That place.
I know.
Like, what was the female bit? They had to make a female section of the prison.
Oh yeah, so there was a wall essentially when we went in of patients and the kind of timeline of things changing, and one of those was time to change the female the guards around to female guards to look after the female prisoners.
She's like, why? I wonder why.
I wonder why.
I wonder what was going on there.
Were the male guards taking advantage of the female prisoners? I'm not saying
they were making them cook food for him.
Probably more than that, but so that was fucking funny.
They were making use of the what is it? The whip.
The whip
and the chains.
Yes,
there was a bit.
We've
seen them, didn't we?
As we walked into this place, and Steve goes in and goes, "Hey, it's the BDSM stuff that I was looking for." Rubs his hands together. Here we go.
It was great in there.
Great to see.
So we walked around and we realised we were going the wrong way, weren't we? Basically around the museum.
Yeah.
But we just carried on anyway.
Yeah, it was good.
So it was a bit. So it was all over the place, this prison bit, going around corners and stuff, going into prison cells.
Yeah.
And then we walked into the next part, which was what was it? Was it the World War II bit?
No, it was the 60s.
Oh, was that the next part?
That was the next part, yes.
Yes.
Because we threw the sandbags and stuff.
That's it.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So, there was a part in the museum where they had this kind of pop-up temporary, maybe not even temporary, I don't know, but it looked like it. It's a small part of the museum, but it was an homage to the 60s.
I think, was it a guy's collection?
Yeah.
A guy's collection.
Got his name.
I can't remember his name. He must be some historian or something.
Yeah.
But it was all 60s stuff, 60s appliances, sweets, clothes.
Yeah.
And it was laid out like shops, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was laid up like a high street.
Yeah, a high street, that's it. Yeah. They had the Lambretta scooter.
Yeah, the mods.
It was
music,
great,
Beatles.
That was great going in there.
It was great because the dichotomy of where we had just been in the museum,
dark, cold prison,
and then straight into like the vibrant
groovy 60s.
It's the groovy 60s, baby.
And like we were saying about the decor of the 60s, I just love that. Like the way the tables and the chairs and everything looked.
I've always loved it. I feel like it was such a big point of me growing up, but like some of the movies and how it was portrayed, and particularly like Austin Powers.
Oh yes,
that was portrayed in the 60s.
Sugadelic.
But it was so vibrant and
vibrant. That's a perfect word, vibrant.
Yeah, vibrant. Really, really great. And as you said, the decor of it really appeals to me, and I think appeals to both of us. So good little temporary pop-up thing, and
then we went straight outside to
to some games.
It was just literally games. One was like throwing hoops on some poles, wasn't it?
Some poles for points,
and then throwing like a beanbag through holes in the wall,
holes and a tub,
and we were proper going for it. We were
going for it, and we did not do very well.
No, I don't think I landed any.
No, me neither.
And the only other people who were doing it were kids around us.
Yeah, there were only kids around us doing it, and so
just launching beanbags around.
And we were like, and by the way, we were fucking going through it. It was like, fucking come on, let's overhand that beanbag.
We were analysing our throws, weren't we?
Yeah, we were like, do I do it underarm? Do I do it overarm? Should we? Hey, these kids on their school trip are like, who the fuck are these weirdos?
What is going on here?
Yeah, it was funny.
So that was so random. And then we go into the next door, don't we, from that yard?
Yeah, we go upstairs.
Go upstairs, straight into World War II, wasn't
World
it?
War
Oh,
II?
no, World War One.
World War One, and then two.
Like, complete different to what we've just been in.
Fucking mental.
And
bunkers.
It was laid out like bunkers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The guns on like in like cases.
Yeah.
The uniforms.
Fucking mental.
The knives.
Yeah.
Grenades. What was the gas masks?
Oh, they had the two gas masks,
which looked
for the Germans that weren't
fuck.
produced that much. But yeah, it was.
Oh, God, it was so random.
And Steve was like, "I need that for my metal band.
I wear that on stage singing." So
Fucking
that was
hell.
So this by this time we're just like, what the this is so random.
We're already like, what the fuck?
What is going on?
Like, how long is? Because we're thinking, how long is this going on for? Like,
what's next?
And it went on for much longer.
Yeah. So walking around this museum, it's like a maze, isn't it? As well, the way it's like laid out. It's all in, out, corners. Like, you could get lost very
easily.
And we're going the opposite way to everybody else.
Yeah.
We're walking.
Yeah.
And we see through a window High Street, don't we?
Was that at that point?
Or was it? What was after that? What was after the?
No.
Oh, it was the Marvelous Games, wasn't it, or something?
Oh shit!
See, there's too much that went on.
Even I'm lost. Okay, right. No, because shit. Was it the Marvelous Games?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been.
Where you added in what was that show that you told me about? Snoopy.
Oh, Sooty and Sweep.
Sooty, that's
Sooty
it. Yeah.
And Sweep. Yeah, there was like a kids. Wasn't there a guy that talked to us? Oh, that was after.
That was in the.
Oh yeah.
Place.
Okay, so we went through this like kids.
I can't even. It was just like classic games, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was weird because it was like a kids play area as well. It was fucking weird. Yeah, it was like a kitchen and that was like a replica of a kitchen.
Oh, that was in the period place.
Oh, that was in a fucking hell.
So we went this game through this game bit, and ended back at the beginning, didn't we? Where we decided to take the left or right.
Did we go in the fitness bit at that point? Because we went to the fitness bit.
Oh yeah.
Where we was like the history of fitness.
Yeah.
And you tried on the coat.
Oh God.
You tried on a military camouflage coat.
It was very big for me.
And then we decided to go up against the ideal weightlifter.
Oh, the build size on the wall.
Build size on the wall, which
like
was
it was like a shadow, wasn't it, on the wall?
It was like a shadow, and you had to stand in front of it, and that's the ideal size of a weightlifter who's apparently 126 kg. Not really true. So yeah, fucking mental.
So that was random.
Yeah.
And then we went up back to the beginning, and we took the left turn, which we should have took at the start.
Which we should, yeah.
So now we're back on track.
Back on track.
We're following the flow of all the tourists.
Yes.
And we go around the corner, and we see... first of all, we see a timeline of the castle.
Yes.
The Mound Castle.
Which was really nice to see.
Yeah.
After all of our kind of... reading and stuff, we actually got to see a visualization of like the Robert ass getting hung.
Yeah, and all that.
And what was it? The cholera?
Oh, the cholera. Yeah, cholera returned.
Cholera's returned to York as if it's like it's just visiting like a football player or a musician. And there was a picture of death just with like some chilling. Kids. Very weird.
What was going on?
Very weird.
So then we turn around the corner and we enter the period section. So it was just like rooms of like Victorian rooms and like kitchens of throughout time.
And one of the...
Literally rooms, wasn't it?
Literal rooms and...
Fully built up.
Just mental. And that guy...
Some guy came over...
And decided to give us a fucking...
Full breakdown.
Full breakdown of just depressing nature of...
Victorian
life, yeah.
He absolutely went to town on it, didn't he? The facts he was dropping. Just on us two, stood.
Yeah.
Just looking at this like Victorian room. He just come over and just...
I've never riffed it off.
Nobody's ever talked to me in that much detail about history. I don't think.
No one.
Just off the bat.
Just straight off the bat. What was he saying? He was saying like, if you particularly in York, I think he was saying like you would have a room where if on Christmas you would just stick everything in that room, right?
They were very materialistic, weren't they?
Very materialistic, yeah.
Show the wealth off.
So even if it's, I don't know, it could be anything from a pack of mints or a teddy bear, you would literally put it in that room.
Yeah, like your living room, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you put everything in that room to showcase what you had.
Yeah.
So it looks very cluttered.
That's the word, cluttered.
Cluttered.
Yeah.
Cluttered. But then went into...
the details of...
the deep shit where...
children and families living in the slums.
In the slums, yeah, like the...
and dying.
Yeah, he said, what was he was saying that a family of, say, like mum, dad, grandparents, and maybe 10 to 15 children would all live in a single room, and then they were literally like, some in the winter, it would be that cold that you would go to sleep, and the chances of 3 of those kids dying and waking up in the morning is so high that people like the landlord would come and check.
Oh yeah.
and then literally pile the dead bodies onto the back of a fucking truck.
Yeah.
And then send them away.
God.
As if it's a normal thing.
Yeah.
And that you would have to... They didn't have hot water or anything, and the flooring wasn't there to save flooring for the landlord. They would put tiles on top of soil so that the weeds would grow through the floor.
Yeah. Not good living situation. And this is all this guy just dropping out,
and just out of
randomly.
nowhere.
He just appeared, didn't he?
He didn't appear. He worked there, by the way. He wasn't this random guy. He worked there, and he obviously knew his stuff. But at some point, I had to be like, mate, listen, I can't take any more of this fucking depressing.
You have blown my head gasket.
You have blown my head off. So
we carried on walking.
Yes.
And we went through all these rooms, beautifully set up.
Yeah.
And what was after that? Is that where we went to the high street, the Victorian High Street?
Well, I swear we went somewhere before that. Because we went down and we was like, where is this high street? But we went somewhere before the high street, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh, God. We should have took like a pamphlet or something.
Yeah, we should have took more photos.
Yeah.
Like, this is where we're going. No, because we saw the high street and we were like, where the fuck is this high street?
Yeah, so we walked somewhere and through a window, there was I caught a glimpse of it and I thought it was outside. Like, at first I thought it was outside, just in the street.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that looks good. Like, there's lighting and buildings and everything. And you look closer, and it was a full high street.
Yeah.
Victorian High Street, wasn't
Victorian
it?
High
With
Street.
all the shops.
Yeah.
People in there dressed up in the clothes.
Yeah.
Like very realistic. And we're like, oh my God, what the
Let's
fuck's
get
that?
out there. And then went around the corner and it wasn't there. It was like we had to go through another maze. Was it the Marvelous Games?
It might have been.
It might have been,
yeah.
There was somewhere in between, because then we went, is it here? And then we went straight back, and then we finally found it.
Eventually turned up in this
Victorian Street.
It's so peculiar.
So bizarre.
Like, we're not doing it justice, aren't we? This experience, even just trying to put it into words, how bizarre it was, how random this whole museum was.
Bear in mind, like, we going into that museum, we were just like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's
because it's
just
over the
check
road.
Yeah.
From the tower, and we was like trying to be tourists.
Yeah. But this high street was full on.
Full on. They had a sweet shop with like old Victorian sweets, but there was a person dressed up in like Victorian clothes that was selling those sweets.
You could buy them.
God. We didn't buy any because Steve's got a sugar rush if he had them.
Oh yeah, I've got an eating problem. I've got a sweet problem.
Loves the Haribos.
Don't get me started. So I think it was the last one, wasn't it? In the museum.
Luckily, because at that point
we're like, what the fuck?
We were ready.
We need a rest.
Yeah, we were ready to go.
Going through this maze of absolute randomness.
It was amazing.
Oh, it was great. It was a
great.
Proper
it was
experience.
Really, really nice. Really nice, and really nice because it was unexpected.
That's it. It was random, unexpected.
It was nice. I mean, unplanned.
We didn't know.
No,
that it was like that.
And it got a lot of time off, and we got out about 4-ish.
Something like that, yeah.
But it was dark, and
so then we decided to get something to eat, didn't we? We were craving food.
We were craving meat.
That's it. We were craving the protein.
the absolute protein.
We were craving
hungry.
We were craving dead animals.
Absolute fucking yeah.
The worst was like we kept on talking about how hungry we was. It made me get more hungry.
Yeah.
As we were walking down the street, I was like, "Oh my God,
we are hungry." But I am, despite being in York for 9 months, I still do not know where to eat.
Well, you pulled out one out of the bag here.
Pull one out the bag here on the whim. Because we wanted to go to a Turkish place.
That was it. We were looking for like kebab or something meaty, like meat.
Something meaty, but like you could sit down and you can eat it.
Yeah.
Not like go to a fucking takeaway and get a fucking messy, greasy doner kebab. Like we wanted some real meat. Fresh meat food. And we didn't think we were going to get it until...
Well, first of all, we seen Yeti, the Yak and Yeti.
Yak and Yeti.
And I was like, oh, what's that? It must have been
upstairs somewhere.
Nepalese or Himalayan food or something
like that.
Something, I presume.
It was like, oh, maybe we can.
That's all right.
Literally next door.
Yeah, our heads turn a few degrees.
Like that, yeah.
And was like, wow, what is this?
What the fuck is this?
Syrian restaurant. A Syrian restaurant.
Mad.
And we were like, oh my God.
Let's go the fucking here right now. I think I walked up to the menu, I saw lamb, and I went, fuck it, come on, Steve.
That's it.
That's it. We both went, fuck it.
Yeah.
We didn't even look at the menu, really, did we?
No.
We went, fuck it. We knew this was the right place.
We confirmed it was selling meat.
And it wasn't. By the way, we were walking back through town, and the Christmas market, that's when we realised it was chocker.
Yeah.
So it was.
People were lining up to get in like a Wagamama, weren't they?
Yeah, and I didn't want to bring Steve to York and go to one of the generic places that you can go anywhere.
Yeah, like a Nando's or something like. Yeah.
And people were queuing up, and bear in mind, like this is York, busy place, but people queue up for shit here, like Pizza Hut or Nando's or
like queuing out the door.
Yeah,
that was what it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, and like you've got other places like this that we
Syrian
found
restaurant, which was quiet.
It was fairly quiet.
Yeah,
it's all right. We got a seat as soon as we walked in.
God, now so we sit down. We get the menu. And we're looking through, and we see.
Yes,
it's called the Feast. And it was for two.
Yes,
it was for two, and it had like lamb chops, chicken kebab, all that, didn't it? Lamb kebab.
Oh.
And at one point we were debating, could we eat that just like each?
Each of us. Yeah, well, we were debating doing that, but we decided just to get that. And I love like Turkish, and it's very similar to Turkish food.
Yeah,
very similar.
You know your like Turkish, Syrian, Arabic or whatever food.
Yeah,
don't you?
I do. I love it.
You do. You sound like you know it. Good.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
it genuinely is, because it's just great stuff. Like I like they do stuff right. They do meat correctly. If you want good meat, they do their starters correctly. You want your halloumi. You want your sauces. That Steve. Well, let's say what we got. So we started off. We got I got a lemon and mango juice. I didn't talk about this. Fucking beautiful.
Lemon and mango juice.
It was
a good mix. That
ice. It was waft down.
Yeah,
that was great. And what did you get? You got this.
It was called Arabic. It was an Arabic teapot.
Arabic teapot.
So it was basically tea. It was like a minty. I don't know what. It was amazing.
Nice. It was nice. Like, I don't like.
We got it in a shot glass as well.
Yeah,
we got the teapot and poured it into little shot glasses. That's what we were drinking from. And it was
like and we got free soup.
Oh yeah, complimentary soup.
We got free complimentary soup, and it was blowing our mind.
How good was that soup?
I
couldn't believe it.
We were sat there and we were like drinking our fucking drinks,
which tasted so good
on its own, and then the soup, and we was like, what are we in for?
What is going on?
This is so good.
So we're having these drinks and this soup, which is already like amazing. And then you get the what was it that came first?
So I'm a big fan of my hummus.
That was
I love my hummus.
And I never really. I think I have tried. I don't know. I've never tried that properly.
Yeah,
I don't think I have.
Yeah,
until then.
I am a big fan of hummus. Every time I see it on the menu, it's first, because I love a good pita bread, hot pita bread with a bit of hummus, and if you do it right, especially. And the Nepalese, the Turkish, apparently the Syrians, do it correctly. They're like the hummus that you would get in a normal like shop, as I was explaining to Steve. Just, it's not good hummus. It's really clunky and disgusting. It's not really great. But when you get it from these places, oh mate, it's smooth, good oil in the middle, spices on top, and it comes with really hot pita bread that is freshly made.
That's essential.
And that is that's essential. And fuck man,
It was so good.
So good.
God,
So fucking
that
good.
was the next, like, leveled up, didn't it?
It leveled
we
up.
got that, and it was, oh my God,
This
is intense.
Amazing. Really good stuff. And then, the feast came out,
The feast came. Which was a feast.
It was a feast.
The lamb, chicken, and the rice.
You loved the rice, didn't you?
Now, that rice...
Loved the rice.
So it was a big tray with a rice base, and the meat was on top, wasn't it? So we split the meat and everything, and I started eating this rice, and it was like an orangish rice, like quite sticky.
Yeah.
Was it sticky? A bit sticky.
Kinda.
But it was orange.
I felt like it was a jollof rice, kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that, I'm not...
You loved it.
I'm not exaggerating. Was the nicest rice I've ever had in my life.
It's good rice.
It had a taste to it that I can't put down. I don't know if it was like a meaty taste or something. It had a taste I've never tasted in rice.
Probably because of the meat on top of it.
Yeah. But that was the nicest rice. And I wish I should have asked.
What fucking... Oh, yeah.
What was this
rice it was.
I've never had it. Like, it was
so good.
Even thinking about it now, I feel like crying.
I know.
It was so good.
You just break down into tears. But
that meat as well. God.
Yeah, I'm a big meat lover, bruv. Well, I love my lamb kofta. Like I really do. And you have to do it right, and they did it right. The lamb kofta was spiced. It was really nice. It wasn't overdone.
Yeah.
I think I've had better lamb kofta elsewhere. There's a couple of places. Do you know what? In St. Helens, Geno's.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, do a great lamb kofta.
Really?
They do. They
shout out to Geno's.
Yeah, they do. They have a great lamb kofta where it's fully like spiced and tastes amazing.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favourites. So shout out to Geno's. Yeah, but this was up there. In the chicken was great. The lamb. I'm not a big fan of like lamb chops, but even that was tasty.
Yeah,
very tasty.
So it leveled up again.
Leveled up again.
And I felt overwhelmed, eating it. Like how good.
We were crying at this point. They had to send us out.
drinking me Arabic tea.
Yeah, just oh my God, this is fucking amazing.
So we eat this, and it was so good. And Charles seems to be a super connoisseur.
Oh, not soup, but thank you.
Of desserts, Arabic desserts.
Love it.
So he recommends me the
baklava.
Baklava.
Yeah.
Baklava.
Baklava.
Yeah.
Baklava. Shit. Couple of ways, whatever you want to say it.
Which was basically a pastry on top.
Yeah.
With ice cream in the middle.
Yeah.
And it had this like nutty base.
Yeah. You're on the right lines.
But it had some green stuff in it as well, which was...
Yeah. It's like pistachios and shit. It's like all mixed up.
Oh my God.
It was nice, yeah.
That was one of the best desserts I've ever had in my life.
Really? It's so like baklava or baklava. Everyone like kind of, it's a very traditional Turkish type of dessert, and it's so lovely. And you can kind of get them in boxes. You can get them as treats. Something you can pick off the shelf. And I've had so much of it in the past, but the way I got what did I get? I got a comfort, isn't it? Comfort? Can't remember.
So it's similar, but
it's similar. It's more like walnutty, and it's more like it's more syrup based.
Yeah.
Yours had syrup in it, but mine was a bit more like stringy and syrup based, and it's really nice. But they both came with a lot of ice cream as well, which added to it.
Yeah.
But they genuinely brought it out in the typical like Turkish. Maybe I'm butchering it here because it is a Syrian restaurant, but they brought it out in the way you would do if you went to their country.
Yeah.
Like which is with like ice cream in the middle, and like it was just perfect.
Yeah.
Some people just bring out a little piece of baklava and put it on your table, and a bit of ice cream on the side. The ice cream was in the middle. It was great.
Yeah.
Really, really, really good.
Some people across from us was looking at it.
Yeah.
And even asked you, didn't they? Said, what is that? It looks so nice.
Yeah.
And you went into detail and just...
It was like, whoa.
Told them exactly what you said. Yeah. And they said, you should be working here.
Aw. They were nice.
But that dessert was amazing. So what was yours called?
It was like I can't remember. It was like a comfort, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
I can't remember.
So
see, I'm not that much of a connoisseur. I don't know the names of it.
So we had that meal, and that was, what was the place called? I don't even know what the place was called.
This is really bad from us. This is really poor.
If you want to know, you'd have to Google Syrian restaurant.
York.
And
it will be coming to Liverpool, apparently.
Oh, yes. We've seen that. Yes. Next to the Yak and Yeti. If you find that in the York, it's right next to it.
Yeah.
So, that meal that I had then, I've been thinking on it, I think that was the best meal I've had.
Really?
Like, out of every meal I've had.
Ever. This is crazy.
I'm being genuinely
this is
serious.
mental.
That was the best meal I've had.
Fuck, man. It was the whole shebang.
Yeah.
It
had everything.
From the tea to the hummus
perfect.
to the thingy to dessert.
So much flavour.
It's flavour, yeah, it was great.
There was like parts where the flavour wasn't overpowering.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you can have stuff where it's too much flavour, and it's just like, oh, it's too much.
Yeah.
Whereas every part of this was just perfect.
Oh, it's good to hear that. I think it's just because as well, it fit right. Was like, we want meat. It came round at this right point in time.
Yeah.
And I think when you go out for like a meal, a lot of the time, you'll just kind of get your mains and then you'll fuck off.
Yeah.
To really like make a night of it.
Appreciate
what you need is like, you need the tea, you need the extra fucking parts of it.
Yeah.
And the only reason I know this stuff is because I said to you, my dad, who fucking loves all this shit.
Different cultures.
Yeah. Different cultures, different types of
Appreciates it all.
Really, really good stuff.
Yeah.
We went to, there's a place in London actually, so we went down a few weeks ago and with work, and I saw my dad, and there's a street in London called Edgware Road. It's north of Baker Street, and it has all of these types of restaurants on.
Ah, yeah.
And oh my god, Steve,
the place to be.
Oh my god, it was. I had my Lancaster there.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. I'm tearing up. God. Yeah, so it's this is my favourite food as well. This is my favourite food because it just matches everything that I would want. I'm not big into like Italian or...
No, same here.
It's not great.
I feel like Italian's quite starchy. You know, all the pastas.
It is, isn't it?
Just like this like big starch, lumps of starch.
It's great. You need the spice.
That's it. That's what I like.
And the meat and the different textures and...
Yeah. So that meal I had was so handsome.
Well, I'm glad you really liked it.
And it was great because it was after this already random experience of going this castle and museum, which was just so bizarre.
Yeah.
It just blew us away.
A long trip as well.
This long trip. And then I'm having the best meal I've ever had in my life.
Oh, this is good.
I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So we finished the meal, don't we?
Yeah.
And we decided to come back here to your studio.
Oh yeah, I fucking even forgot about this.
Just to like reset ourselves.
It's getting quite cold.
Get our coat. We didn't have our coats.
Yeah.
And we seen beforehand that Charles has never done before, but there was a ghost tour.
Yeah.
That was happening in the centre. 7:30.
Yeah.
So we had like half an hour to kill, didn't we?
Had a bit. Chilled in it.
Chilled out and then went to the ghost tour.
Yeah.
Oh my God, was that an experience?
That was
a unique experience.
Yeah. I mean, York is known for its ghost tours.
Yeah.
You'll see them going around the city, and it's and they're by different people, different companies, and different stuff like that. And 9 months, and I've never actually been on one, which is a shame.
Yeah.
But,
it was a full day of like new stuff, wasn't it?
New stuff for me, yeah. New stuff for me, new stuff for you, and I'm glad we went on this ghost tour, man.
It was so unique. So we turn up, and right off the bat, this guy who's hosting it seemed so funny.
So funny, man.
He was hilarious. Just his demeanour and
great energy about him,
and like really warm.
Really warm.
And he took us around. Basically,
but like you'd listen to him, as well. Like warm, but you would like, oh my God, I want to listen to you.
Like you put it perfect when you said like you're lingering on every word he says.
Yeah.
Listening, just taking it in.
I know what he's thinking.
He was great. So it was a $5 each, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a $5 each. Good for what it is.
Yeah, and it was about an hour long.
An hour long, yeah.
And we walked around everywhere from like building to building. Yeah. And he walks, and we're in the dark. The group was quite big as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was quite large. You see all these groups going around during the week as well, and normally you sometimes see like maybe 4 people sometimes.
Yeah,
and
there must have been like 20 here, wasn't there?
Yeah, it's because I was really hoping that it would be busy.
Yeah,
and it was.
Yeah,
because I didn't want to be like spoken to.
Directly.
I would rather directly. I wanted to just be a part of the group and experience it, which was great. That it was a Saturday, so it makes sense.
Yeah. So we start off at the Minster Cathedral. That's where we started.
Yes.
And we do the history of that, and then there was like a building nearby with a ghost of a girl, wasn't it, in the window?
Yeah.
We go around to all these different places, and he stops, doesn't he, at each place, and like we all gather around him. And he's got his torch, and he's like
pointing at things with his torch,
and he's like saying these ghost stories and history, and he's just like saying these random jokes as well.
Random jokes during it.
He was so dry.
So dry,
but it worked perfect.
Yeah, so funny. And every time he'd start. Let's do a walk. Let's go this way, and then he would be like, and then you'd hear a laugh in the distance from him, and he'd be like. And I'd be like, fucking so good.
It's so funny.
So funny.
It was like echoing down the street.
Echoing down the street as he walked. And he walked so elegantly up the street. Like, so he had the whole thing down packed.
It was great.
Great.
So that was another absolute random
What did you think of the content? I felt like his humour
definitely made it, I think.
Definitely made it. But the actual content was lacking.
Yeah, it was more. I think it was more him and his humour
than anything.
Than the content was just like. I know it was weird saying it because it was a ghost story about the history of York, but his humour in him was the one that made that tour.
Yeah, not the content.
The content was just like.
If it
just
didn't,
a thing that happened. It was like the vehicle.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it didn't had him. With his persona,
no, it would have been just.
It wouldn't have worked.
No.
Unfortunately, but it's still good, and I would definitely recommend it.
Oh yeah,
it's well, you can't recommend him. You just kind of go and meet up.
Yeah, would it be him most of the time at that one?
Not sure.
Yeah. So we went to the 7:30 one.
We went to the 7:30 one at Minster
Cathedral, right outside of it.
There's one down at 8 p.m. normally by the river.
Yeah.
No, I think there might even be a couple of more because we saw.
We seen a few, didn't we?
It was like a big
rival gangs.
It was like footy.
Yeah.
Like you see,
got groups walking in the street. But that was just, I don't know, like listening to the stories and just him.
Yeah.
And it's in the dark going down these like dead small,
really good
alleyways, and it was all pitch black, and like we're all huddled together walking through.
And it was a nice night.
Yeah.
It wasn't raining.
No,
it wasn't. It wasn't that cold. It was nice.
It had like a bit of a chill, I think, but it wasn't too cold. But that little chill, like I kind of added to the
atmospheric
walking through the dark alleyways with him.
Yeah, and he took us down all the way into the shambles again when it was less busy.
Yeah, Diagon Alley.
Yeah, Diagon Alley.
Oh, it was another absolute random experience.
And I'm glad we went on it because we got back in here beforehand. And we was like...
We were debating what to do,
weren't we? Yeah, we was like, we could do the podcast now.
Yeah.
We could chill out. We've had some food. And we was like, fuck it, let's just go to the ghost tour.
We said it'd only be an hour, wouldn't it?
It'd only be an hour, and it was the right move.
Yeah, a very unique experience.
The right move.
And I'm going to say something because I remembered it.
Okay.
But I said to Charles, I've never been on a ghost tour before.
Yeah.
But I did go on a tour once.
Ah, yes, you said you would tell me about this.
In a cave.
Okay.
A cave tour. And that is such a fun experience what happened to me. Yeah. Because it was right after I did my first fell run in the Peak District. So I ran up a mountain, Mamtor. I ran across, and it was like 3-hour run. Ran like half a marathon. just in the sun, and I was like, first one I've ever done. Drove there, just running on my own, and I was like, I was dying.
Was you?
I thought I was going to die.
Oh my god!
And opposite Mamtor, where I parked, there's Blue John Cavern, which was a cave, and they have tours. You pay and you go in, and I was like, I'm sweating. I'm nearly dying here. I was like, oh, a cave? It'd be dead cool in there, and it'd be dead relaxed. I'll just walk around with this guy, because I wasn't a panic attack, but I was like absolutely blown out. Mind was gone and everything.
Blowing out your ass.
I was like, oh, I can't drive back.
Yeah.
And I can't even sit here. I just need to just... So I went on this cave tour.
That's mental, by the way.
There was like a Chinese family with me.
Yeah.
And I think it was like an Asian, like a Middle Eastern family as well.
Yeah.
And then me in shorts, like my heartbeat's going at like fucking 180. I'm sweating. I'd like turn up with this, like walking around this cave for like an hour.
Yeah.
And that was so... Speaking of like random tours.
That is mad. Was it cool?
Oh, it cooled me down.
Oh, did it?
I think I got a bit too cold as well, actually, deep in the cave. Oh, but I thought I'd say that because I remembered that. It's just a funny story.
Fuck, man. What did they even talk about in the cave?
Just talking about like, cause it's got like a unique rock in there, blue. Like you get like, I don't know if it's crystals or quartz in rocks. This has got like a unique blue one. So it was mined. So it was a lot of history about the mining, and then there was like settlements that lived in the cave as well.
Yeah.
So we just walk around and looking at it, but that was extremely random.
Really?
I did that so I didn't die, basically.
I can imagine, like, oh, fuck.
This is
I will literally pass away if I don't go in this cave right now. That's funny.
Yeah, so we did this ghost tour.
Finished
that, and we were going to walk back, weren't we?
We're going to walk back and
do the podcast.
I think like at this point it was 8:30.
Yeah, something like that.
8:30. So it wasn't too late, but we was like, listen, if we want to do a podcast, and like we've had a long day, like we've been walking a lot,
a full day of randomness. Heads are fried.
Let's go back.
Yeah,
but that didn't happen, did it?
No. So, just as we're heading back, Charles decides to take us around the route towards the river.
Yeah.
Along the river, because I love the river. It's a place that I go to sit and relax. On the benches.
Because it's down the road from me.
So you just go there and just unwind, turn off, and just watch the water, watch the boats, cry, ponder question life.
Yeah, think about jumping in. Yeah, a lot of things.
So we get down to the river, and you notice, or do I say?
It's high up.
Yeah, I say as I get round the corner, that's really high. That for a river to be like right on the banks, wasn't it? Of like the railings. Yeah. I was like, that's really high.
It's really high up.
And then you say, it doesn't look right, doesn't it?
Doesn't look right.
And as we walk on,
we realised
it was flooded. So it broke the banks.
Yes.
And where Charles sits, right on the edge, where there's benches and trees, that was underwater nearly.
Was underwater. Yeah, gutted.
So there was only a little bit of walkway left to walk on, wasn't there? A little strip.
A bit of a pudgy puddle kind of situation.
And that was so bizarre to see that.
And this is the first time, like, I know that York floods.
Yeah.
And I think everybody does, but I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Especially where I go and sit at night and just chill. And for it to me, I've walked down there and be like, oh, this is flooded.
Like, it was fully, like, the benches were it wasn't just the water was just past the benches. Yeah. It was a good few metres past the benches, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good way up there.
It looked as though the river looked real. I've never seen it before, but it looked wide.
It looked very wide.
It looked off.
Yeah. But it was so it was mental. It was first time seeing
another new experience.
I know.
And we were like, well, this is
weird.
This is weird as fuck. So we're walking down, aren't we?
Yeah.
We get to a point, you're showing me about the flooding and how they barricade the doors and stuff, and the houses on the banks get flooded. So they put like canals, don't they, to block the flooding.
Yep.
And we get to the end where the next bridge is, and it's gated off, isn't it?
Yeah, normally I turn right, go up this street towards Museum Gardens, which then goes up towards Bootham Gate and then goes to my street.
Yeah.
That's gated off.
That's gated off.
Yeah.
So we have to carry on.
Yeah.
And we get to the bit, and that's gated off, the next bit.
The next bit, yeah, so the next bit is where there's a separate bridge.
Yeah.
Where I go over to work and normally is open and fine, and that is gated off too. So we literally are stuck.
Yeah.
We are like, what the fuck?
What?
So me and you, obviously, athletic lads as we are, think, let's fucking
Ninjas.
vault this.
Yep.
You vault it better than me.
Yeah, Charles literally just like jumped right on the high wall, didn't you?
I jumped on the high wall, whereas you jumped over the first one and then fucking did the right thing.
I like walked up the side of the wall, didn't I?
Yeah, you did the right thing.
And there was a couple behind us got to well, it was walking behind us all the way, and they got to the point where we got to as well. And they were in the same position, like, oh, what the fuck? And the girl was going, I'm not climbing that.
I'm not climbing that.
So we climb this, and on the other side, there's three girls who, as we're climbing it, are asking us for weed.
Not of English descent.
No.
No.
In a foreign accent. So we're quite not out the city, but it's a quiet place, isn't it, where we are?
Yeah, so the funny thing is, I'm on top of this wall at this point, and I see this blonde girl in some kind of like hippie overcoat thing going, weed? And I'm going, what? And she's going, weed. And I'm going, fucking what?
What are you
like? I'm dirty as fuck trying to get over this fucking wall. You're behind me going, what the fuck? And I'm like, there's this girl on this fucking set of stairs going, you know any weed? I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So I jump over, you jump over, and we start talking to these girls. And
so there was these three girls.
Yes.
One was Lithuanian.
Yep.
And the other two were Spanish.
Yeah.
And they're asking us for weed. And we're like, well, we haven't got any.
I fucking don't know.
Our heads are fucking fried as it is from the day. We don't need any of that shit.
Yeah.
We're gone already.
We're going home.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
So they're asking us, and they said someone sent them down there to find a dealer. And we were like, what the fuck? Down here?
Yeah, they said someone sent them... So they were meant to go to this place that is further on from the museum, which is like... They should never have been sent away from the centre.
Yeah.
Basically, to go to this other place because it's so far away.
Yeah.
So they were like, where the fuck are we?
Yeah.
And I was like, you shouldn't be going that way.
Why are you just like stood in this like bit?
Yeah, stood in this bit like
dead quiet and everything.
You're gonna drown.
Yeah.
Like, this is not normal.
So they start asking about where can we go then? Where can we go? Where should we go then? Is there any music and stuff? Live music?
Yeah, and they were a bit picky. They was like, oh,
is there any reggae?
Reggae. And I was like, no. Like, fuck off. And they were like, no, we don't like mainstream. And I was like, well, suck it up. I don't know what to say to you right now. Like, if you don't want mainstream, we just want to dance. But bear in mind that these girls were not suited and booted to go anywhere.
Not even in a pub. They were wearing walking boots.
Walking boots, hippie, kind of overshirt thing.
Like
North Face jackets.
Yeah.
But like then the main thing is that they had like bottles of booze and wine.
Bottles of wine and stuff.
Yeah.
You can't, you just, no way are you getting in it anywhere.
Nowhere
at all.
Like they had like a carrier bag full of booze, but then wine hanging out of their pockets.
Yeah.
And I was looking at them and I was thinking, fuck me, like you want to go and dance, you're not going to get into any clubs in York.
No.
But then you're going to go to all these pubs, but then you don't want to go to these pubs because you want where the young people go.
Yeah.
They're all in the clubs.
Yeah. Because all the pubs are just full of old people, weren't they?
They were just full of old people.
Yeah.
But
all the proper old school style pubs,
old school style pubs. You're not going to get in anywhere.
No.
But I stupidly say, come with us.
Charles, then.
Come with us.
We form a group.
we did form a group for a little bit.
So Charles takes them from where we were, at the bank of the river, back into the city,
back into
We were
the
basically
city.
going that way anyway, near enough, weren't we?
We were going all the way, that way anyway, and I was trying to part with them along that way, but it just wasn't getting to that point.
So I was talking to them, and it turns out that they are studying in Hull on this absolute weird degree or something for a few months, and then they go out to Zambia for like, what was it, 6 months or something, on a project to help, like, I don't know, with the poor people.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
What the fuck is going on?
That is so fucking random.
Yeah.
2 Spanish girls, Lithuanian, and like, what is that type
and that
of course?
Lithuanian.
God, she was crazy.
Mental.
Absolutely.
Free soul.
If you could picture like a free-spirited, just like, she said she left Lithuania, didn't she?
Yeah.
Did she tell me she left Lithuania like 4 years ago? And like just travelled, not even travelling, just like, I don't. The vibe I got was like she just had no plan.
Yeah,
just whoever she ended up with in whatever country.
Yeah, it didn't seem like those guys were like friends, but they were like.
They said they only knew each other for like 2 weeks, didn't they, or something?
Yeah, they were fucking.
Like, what the hell are you three? What the
fucking hell are you?
Where have you appeared from?
Like complete, mental.
And I kept on talking to this one girl in Spanish.
Yes.
I don't know why I just kept on saying loads. Just nothing was even making sense. I was just pecking her. Like, part of me was kind of winding her up, like just saying Spanish stuff.
Yeah.
I was laughing. But so we basically took them into the city.
Yeah.
And like, they're going out asking random people for weed, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they're drinking bottles of wine.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh my God.
Like, at this point we're thinking, do we bail? Do we stay with them?
Yeah, what do we do?
We end up coming into a point where there's like some musicians playing on the street.
Who were great.
Who were good musicians.
These 2 musicians, 2 lads with acoustic guitars, and they were playing all the classics out of like big speakers as well, weren't they?
Yeah,
just
big speakers.
in a bit of like a courtyard.
Yeah.
And they were playing all the classics. It was great. And loads of people stood around. Big crowd, wasn't it? Filming, passing by. And they started dancing, didn't they?
Well, the fucking Lithuanian did.
Yeah, she
fucking went full pelt.
just in front of everybody, in front of the singers.
Just like full on. If you ever seen Free Soul dancing, if you ever can picture it in your head, that's what it was like.
Yeah.
Just, oh my, like, she probably didn't even like the music. She was just fucking
spinning around and everything.
just spinning around and dancing.
And I'm stood with this other Spanish girl who I'm just pecking her head, like just asking questions in Spanish. What's this in Spanish? Or am I saying this right? Just like absolute random stuff.
Yeah.
I could tell she was getting not wound up, but it was like, she's like, what the fuck? Just shut up.
Yeah.
I was like asking her all, like, whereabouts in Spain do you come from?
Oh,
You been there?
yeah,
Like,
you was interested.
I was interested, but I don't know, it was funny. Just I don't know.
Poking the bear.
Yeah, absolute tuning her ear off.
Yeah. No, she was nice.
So we were trying to think of places like where could we dump these off?
Well, I was trying to think of
They couldn't get into any clubs.
No, they could not at all get into any clubs. But they didn't. Then they didn't want mainstream. And then I'm not in York to know these things of where you want to go, where things aren't mainstream. Like I've not lived here that long, and I've not been here enough to know about these things. So, yeah. I just ended up being like, fuck it, we'll just walk in a direction.
And as we're walking, they get to a kebab.
They get to a bad place and get completely distracted.
And line up and get fucking a full-on feast. And we're stood there like...
What the fuck are we doing?
That's the point that I said before when Charles crouched down and said...
What the fuck is this?
This day is stupid.
This day is stupid.
We've peeked out here with like randomness.
We didn't want to leave. I didn't want to leave them because they're trying to find a place and
they're obviously not going to get in anywhere.
Well, I was going to take them to the Stone Roses bar.
That's it. Yeah, we thought. Well, you thought, didn't you, that you seen?
I was like, this is the vibe that they're looking for, like a bit of a stingy but like lively bar.
And which is also weird. Why is there a Stone Roses bar in York?
Oh fuck no!
That's
so weird.
What's going on there?
Yeah, should have took you in, but it's not really something that you'd probably want to see. It's not the best bar in the world.
No.
There's one in Leeds as well. But yeah, so we ended up being like, I felt they was sat there eating
We were sticking Brethren of Chaos.
We were sticking
stickers.
Brethren of Chaos stickers on York stuff.
Yeah.
And at some point we just was like, fuck this.
This is too much now.
Like we were just standing. I went to them. Listen, we're gonna have to go now.
Yeah.
Because like, what are we gonna do? Go to the bar with them and like hang out with them, get to know them a bit more, and like where was it going? Like I was knackered, you was knackered. We want to do a pod.
I felt like that the girl I was speaking to was a bit wound up with me.
Was she?
I just got the vibe at the end where she was just like, "Oh my god, shut up!
Stop speaking Spanish.
Stop asking questions to me." I was just rapid firing questions.
She was nice. The Spanish girl was nice. What was her name? Carmen.
Carmen, yeah.
Yeah, Carmen was nice.
And then Eleanor was the other one.
Yeah.
They were all sound like, but very unique set of people.
I mean, I think you find those type of people. I mean, fucking. Just travellers and
just out and about doing
their shifts.
So we were with them for like an hour and a half.
We was with them for fucking ages.
We stood watching that music for a while, weren't we?
Yeah, trying to figure out like what are we doing, where are we going, and
to a point though, I was enjoying myself as well, just listening to that music. There with all it was packed, doesn't it? People walking.
There was a lot of people. I felt all right, but I didn't want to stay with them and hang out a bit too long. I wanted to go home. I was very tired. Yeah. So I was like, I'm ready to go. So we ended up coming back, and that is our day.
That was the random day, the random adventure.
Which is...
God, absolutely fried my head.
Absolutely.
Blast of history.
Long
I've had
day.
the best meal I've ever had.
Nice.
I've seen flooded river, just like nearly fucking walking in. Met 3 of the most random, unique girls. I don't think I'll ever meet people like that for a while again.
Yeah.
Like, oh my
Stupid
God.
day. Stupid day.
Silly
day.
But that is what life's all about.
Yeah, we were saying, wasn't we? We were saying that.
You don't get out and do stuff. You just fucking sat in your room.
No, life is about that. Life is about
just meeting people,
getting out there,
seeing stuff,
being spontaneous and random, but just
like I'm not gonna forget this day.
No, I won't forget this day. It's been good, man.
Best days I've had.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm happy, man. This is good. Because my other friends have come before, and I've said this before, but they'll go out and we'll go to the same places. We'll go Slug and Lettuce, then we'll go to like a club. And
Slug and Lettuce. Wait, what's Slug and Lettuce?
You not seen Slug and Lettuce?
That is a top name.
It is a top name.
Slug and
It's very popular. Slug and Lettuce.
Is it a food place?
No, it's just they do food, but it's more of like a bar.
Slug and
It's more like Slug and Lettuce. It's not just a York thing. They're everywhere.
Is it?
It's more of a chain.
Yeah.
Than anything. They're everywhere. But
that's a great name. That
it is good. But they that's where I was actually going to suggest for them, but I didn't know if they wanted to.
Yeah.
But I was like, this is probably the right time to call it a day and stuff like that. But it was good.
Yeah, top experience.
Good day.
I don't think we've not missed anything out, have we?
No.
Well, one thing I learned that I never knew was Guy Fawkes was born in York.
Oh yeah, I
like
forgot
what
about
the
that.
fuck?
Yeah, he was born up there. That was it. That was a little ghost trail.
Knowledge
dump thing.
I think I'm definitely gonna have to do an episode on Guy Fawkes and Dick Turpin.
Dick Turpin, yeah.
Richard Turpin.
I'll come on for the Guy Fawkes one and Dick Turpin.
And yeah.
if you're once you're back from the pool.
Oh yes, that's it. I might do one. I might do a bit earlier. I don't know.
So.
No, I don't. I'll see.
How long have we done?
We've done an hour and 50 nearly.
Fuck off. No, we have not. I thought you was going to say an hour and 15 or an hour and 50. How the fuck have we talked about this day that long? This does not make any sense.
Just adds to the chaos of the day.
This is the Brethren of Chaos Day. This is stupid. How the fuck have we talked for that long?
Is this still part of the stupidness of the day?
Yes. How have we... By the way, I'm sat here in my basement right now.
It's 1:45.
It's fucking 1:45.
In the morning.
We sat down. I threw all my monitors and my PC and stuff on the floor.
Piled up on the
floor. So we have access to this fucking table. We're sat in the middle of my studio right now. And it's gone on for an hour and 50 minutes and we've just talked about our day.
Yeah.
But bear in mind that before Steve came to York, we was texting. He was like, "What do you want to talk about?" He was like, "I could do movies. Nah, I could do this. Could do that. Nah, what do you want to talk about?" Fucking
nothing to worry about there.
We literally just sit down and we can talk.
That's it, yeah.
That is one thing that I've learned about us.
And we're still doing it now after a full day of it.
And a full day of it. We are
Is there something wrong with us? Is that what it is?
Yes. We can chat anybody's ear off.
Chatterboxes.
Yeah. Okay, let's fucking call it a pod.
Yeah, definitely. We haven't missed anything out, have we? Any other randomness?
No. Do you want to like update, or have I got any updates? I want to come back home.
You want to come back home?
I want to come back home soon. I don't know.
Soon or?
Well, what I mean by soon is, let's say if you're back from the pool, let's say I could be back as a co-host on the Brethren of Chaos.
Oh my.
Maybe.
Oh my.
So we'll see. God, fucking imagine my work colleagues know. Well, my work colleagues know this now, to be fair. But yeah, I think it would be nice for me to call it a day in York in the next few months.
I get you.
Go through November, December, March. No, that was January, Feb. And then that'll be a year.
Yeah, you've done a year.
Done a year.
I can't complain about that.
And look, it's a nice place, as you know.
I to the viewers, the listeners, have claimed first dibs on this place.
Yes, you have. You have claimed first dibs on my.
I've fallen in love with this place.
My studio, my studio flat, which is all yours if you want. When I go,
I suppose that'll throw the podcast out the window, wouldn't it? Though
that would throw the podcast out the window, yeah. But look, it's a nice basement, and I am truly lucky to live in the centre of York. But at some point in life, you want a garden, and you want a separate bedroom, and you want to progress. And I can't keep living here for too long.
I know what you mean. You've said some interesting points, haven't you, about being here?
Liverpool is my home, my city.
That's your calling.
My calling. My love.
You should set up a ghost tour in Liverpool.
That's what we said. We said one of St. Helens.
I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Don't think I got many people.
No.
Meet outside of Imperial at 7:30.
Meet outside Gino's.
Meet outside Gino's. Get your kofta.
Yeah.
And then we'll go on a walk.
Walk down Duke Street.
Walk down Duke Street.
We'll just see a load of ghouls fucking piling out of green room.
Fucking yeah, that would be perfect. Yeah. Oh well. Any updates on your end?
I don't think so. I'll get some guests on this. Got a few guests lined up, or potential guests. No, just keep checking out the Instagram, Brethren of Chaos Instagram. Keep listening. Anybody wants to get in touch, give us a message. Any ideas? Because we still haven't. A few people have got in touch, but not as much as we like. Like, because me and Cal were talking about this. He was last on. I think it was the last one. There is people from around the world listening.
Yeah.
To this podcast. You can see on the breakdown where they're from.
Oh yeah.
It'd be great if one of them gets in touch. Like obviously the only people who get in touch is like all our mates and stuff.
Yeah.
But like it'd be great if someone from like Germany or
something,
America.
Be like, yo, I listen to your podcast. Dude.
Yeah. Even people from Russia listening.
Yes. Oh, Russia, you talk to podcast. I listen to the Brethren of Chaos podcast.
I learn a lot.
I learn a lot from the Brethren of Chaos. Is that racist?
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Pushing the boundaries.
Anyway, I think we've blasted that.
Call it a day.
Yeah.
Let's call it a day.
Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for Charles for this amazing day that I've had.
Oh, thank you for coming, man. I appreciate it.
Best days I've had in maybe ever. I don't know.
No, I really appreciate you coming. Takes a lot of effort to come up to York. It's a fucking trek.
Oh, it's been worth it. Worth it, yeah.
It's good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias. Carmen, if you're listening.
Adios.
Adios.
This was brought to you by Merdley Productions.